Hello, and welcome back. It's been a while since the last time I recorded, and if I remember correctly, in the last episode, we just got Estinian back, and the Chagrins are looking after him. I think that's what happened in the last episode. It has been a while. I have gotten everything uploaded from before my last recording session. I don't remember there being a glowing banner up there. Oh well. Let's continue the main story. Your battle with Nidhogg Shade will beget many an epic ballad. Edgar, and rightly so it would. It was, without a doubt, one of your more epochal victories. Though I must admit that I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. And not only for your own sake, had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused to Estinian's mail. Yet, even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of his condition. Oh, there he goes. But yeah, let's see. I don't know how many days. Last time I played this. But yeah, let's see. I'm trying to think of like anything that's happened recently. Nope. Not much has happened. Edgar, myself, and all my honored friends, as if winning Hesvelgur to our cause was not enough, you took it upon yourself to rid us of his brood, brother. I know how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true saviors of the day were Edgar and Estinian. One triumphed over Nidhogg Shade through strength of arms, and the other through strength of will. And speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovery? The exorcism was conveyed to the infirmary where he now resides, under the care of our hospitaller captain. I am told he has yet to regain consciousness. But as you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Sir Emmerich is never long from Estinian's bedside, and will send word the moment there are any developments. Now, if I have satisfied consent, I believe Lord Emil and his sons are most eager to celebrate your return. Very well, First Commander. Come, Edgar, to the scene that we are awaited at Fort Holmes Manor. Oh, I read Kenshin Recover, or whatever it was. That's that manga that goes with that movie that came out a long time after the original series came out. I read that. The only thing I liked about it was, I think it was like the last chapter, the second and last chapter. Like, I just got his flails, his arms around. That was the only part I think I liked in that, just because that part made me laugh. Oh, even Hornad is kid out.
The heroes of the hour return.
Before we continue, the heroes of the hour. Okay.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you. And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
Our master Alphino has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts. In which respect he has come to resemble you, warrior of light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
We shall dance! Okay, which way was the infirmary again? I don't think we were ever told. Okay, somewhere in the Foundation. Oh, we're going to our knight's most heavenly. Cause I know where it is in the place that doesn't have a etherite. Edgar, my friend, what can I do for the sake of Ishgard? You seek Master Alpha now? Oh, he came to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. When he begged to set Estonian side, I could not well refuse him. Though he would sooner faint than admit it, the boy must be exhausted by Ishgard's trial and all that followed. Estonian is blessed to have such devoted comrades. Ah, we get Wind Up Emmerich, Dragon Song, and an alpine coat. My own friendship with the Ascending began some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Ascending barely recognized my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and more a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained had fate not seemed to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, as such life-threatening situations all want to do. Despite our friendship, he remained an intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind. Revenge for the death of his parents, and revenge for his younger brother. I would venture that in Alphino he sees something of his lost sibling. And in the ungentle chidings of Estinian, Alphino has found the elder brother he never had. Truth be told, Estinian's tactless observations has saved me from disaster more than once, and I could well understand Alphino's affection for him. He is a friend whom I would gladly... And he's escaped, hasn't he? Oh, Commander, your presence is required in the infirmary. Izzy, tell me then. Tell me them I am on my way. We didn't strap him to the bed hard enough. He managed to fly away. Oh. Quickly, Edgar, we must go to him. Upon pursuing several scenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to visit scenes in their eternity.
Estinian.
I know what we must do. Throw the helmet at his head. Still breathing.
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
But it did wake you.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Estinian. If Master Alphino thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead. Aye, 'twas but a jest. I thank you, Alphino. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvogr to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. Yet again, you have achieved the impossible. I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me? There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty.
Okay, Steen, what have we learned today? Wash your armor before you take the eyes of a great worm.
Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle or trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion, that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
How was the inside of his armor managed to get red too?
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. 'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons.
Yeah, isn't there somebody that we recognize in the audience?
Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords.
Not today.
Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir. Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace. The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an Azure Dragoon for a new age.
There goes Justinian's rover.
Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten. The din of war, giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
Oh, I didn't turn the entire wing off. Just majority of that little bit on the wing. Edgar doesn't quite fit on the seat, I just realized. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Why is it so squeaky? You've got to salt the pages. The book kind of feels a bit too thick to be Edgar's journey. From entering Ishgard to now. I wonder if you played as a Dragoon if you could get Estinian's armor. Eh. Do it for Gilly. No. I was gazing out to see the clouds in an all too rare moment of idleness when I chanced to behold a certain hero wending his way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, Edgar. Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I am burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. Fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when you improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. The myth which guides our society for generations lie in tatters. Am I then to scorn for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest does that place me at at its pinnacle, and not Bishop's bastard at the head of the House of Lords. But these are questions for me to answer. It's not in man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience, and it was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we build the bridge between man and dragon, so must we reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise proudly for the firmament of our legacy. I heard word from Captain Wetcape that his study has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon unmanly friend on your travels, pray assure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, Edgar, and please convey my warmest regards to Master Alphino. Bye bye. And with that, that's going to be the end of this episode. And the next episode, we're going to do this guy who was staring at me in the cutscenes quest. So, until then. Oh, that's the wrong button. That was delete timer. Oh. Something has to go weird at the end of something.